So maybe that's why the author of Hebrews is saying, keep your focus on Jesus. Because when I'm in full pride mode, I'm looking around to see what others have and make note of what I don't have. When I'm in full pride mode, I'm constantly trying to impress people. That makes me distracted from the ultimate prize. It makes me forget who I am, the race that I'm in, and that my job as a human isn't to produce results, but to live truthfully. Because if my focus is Jesus, for example then, it doesn't matter what kind of car I drive. Do you know what matters? If I know someone who needs a ride to get to where they need to be. If my focus is on Jesus, then I don't care who has it better than me. What I actually care about are those people who don't have it as good as me. If my focus is on Jesus, then as a parent, my primary job isn't to get my kids farther ahead in life. No, my main job is to have these little ones at the core of their being own the deepest truths that we know and allow those truths to shape and to direct their lives. So then if I focus on Jesus, it defines how I see myself. It defines how I interact with my surroundings. But if I'm distracted in this race, if pride becomes my primary motivator, then it's the opinions of others that end up counting the most to me and that shape my life and my direction and how I spend myself. So time out. Hebrews is throwing us a fastball right now, a hard question to deal with, and it's this. What are you looking at? Where is your focus? Is it on the champ, the one who's already run and won the race? Or are you being distracted by something else? If you are, what is distracting you from the deepest truths that you know? Because if that's where you find yourself today, this next question is for you. Whose opinion matters most to you? Whose voice? Whose view? Whose take on you? And do you recognize that it's that opinion that is shaping you, that is driving you? And it's through that little crack that pride slinks in and sneaks up on us. Now, for sure, we've got a work cut out for us. It's worth it. But it's going to be a fight. And it's this lest we forget reminder that we're getting from Hebrews 12 here. It's saying, hey, keep going, keep pushing. You've got this. Will it be hard? Yes. Will there be times where you don't feel like going on? Yes. Will there be times where children try to take the stage from you? Yes, there will be. There will be setbacks. There will be trash talk. You will get tired and wonder if this is even worth it. And yes, the discipline, education, and training will push people so far right to their limit that they can get discouraged to the point where they just want to tap out and say, forget about it, I'm done. And I can't help but wonder if some of you are in that exact place here this morning. That maybe the troubles, the training in your life have been so overwhelming, so exhausting, and maybe you've made so many mistakes along the way, you're thinking, is it even worth it for me to keep going on? If you're in that space today, I got something to say to you, and I want to set it up with this video real quick. One more video. This is a video from the 2017 NHL playoffs. It's the Predators against the Blackhawks. The Preds sweep the series 4-0. In net for the Blackhawks is a guy named Crawford. A goal has just been scored on him, and someone in the stands is recording what the crowd is chanting. So I want you to do your best. Listen to what they're saying to this guy who just failed.
Turn it on!
Did he know he failed? Oh, yeah. Did he need that reminder from 20,000 people? Probably not. Sports is one thing, but life is another. But maybe you've heard similar things. That's one. Thank you, Crawford. May we have another. He shoots. He scores. Crawford, Crawford, you suck. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. Do people generally know when they failed? Of course they do. And often does that failure leave you teetering between keeping on and giving up? It does. And I am certain that most of you have felt this very same thing. And when people are already discouraged, when they're already worn down, when they're on the edge of giving up, when one person comes forward and says, "You suck. It's all your fault. It's all your fault," it feels like 20,000 people are saying it. So then to you and I this morning, the reminder is this, that everybody you meet today is going through something. Everybody you know is carrying a piece of their own trouble. So take it easy. Go easy. The endurance that Hebrews is talking about here is for people who have been pushed to their absolute limits. And the race that Hebrews is talking about is not like a foot race where there's only one winner. No, because the race or the goal of faith is not a triumph over other participants. No, the goal is to encourage as many people as possible along the race and towards the finish line. Because it's the people who suck, Jesus said, that he came for and died for and are going to make it in the end. So the hard question for you and I here is this: are you an encourager or are you a discourager? When people hear your voice, do they hear, "Go, go, go, you got this"? Or do they hear, "You suck, it's all your fault"? And if you're someone who feels low and worn out, can you see that the trouble that you are facing right now is not punishment from God, but it is a training, it is a reminder to get your focus at the finish line where the champ, Jesus, already is. So the word to you this morning from Hebrews is this: buckle up, persevere, endure. And when you feel like tapping out, look to Jesus, because the payoff is coming and it's so worth it. So no matter your experience, no matter your situation, with God, nothing is wasted. None of it is meaningless, and nobody is outside of God's redemptive reach. So then to you this morning I ask, what does God's big payoff look like for you? Who does it involve? And what gets fixed and healed and put back together in the end? And while you're wading through this trouble in the meantime, can you look forward towards that day? Can you look towards the finish line? And can you remember that no matter how tough today is, that God's payoff will be worth it in the end? Friends, hear these words. Keep your eyes on the finish line. Look to Jesus and encourage as many other people as possible to do the same.